Hey guys, in this video I will show you how to use the new agent's Harbor's abilities right here on Ascent, and we will start right here on A side with his first ability that I'm gonna show, which is Cascade. This one costs 150 bucks for it, and when you use it, it makes this wall, and when you stop it with the same button as you used it, it's gonna stand stationary for 5 seconds. So how you can use this? You can use it to hide yourself behind it and have your teammates push you through. I think A main is greatly built for this, since you can do always something like this. Simply use your wall and you have your teammates follow it up, and then before it hits all the way on the top, you just wanna stop it so that way it gives you a more cover. Of course, try to using this with some flashes or skydog or drone, so that way you won't have to worry about all of the angles which are close. That can really make it annoying for you to clear. So once again, simply use your wall and have your teammates push behind it. When you are defending here right on A side, you can use it for yourself like this. Simply use it like that and then just peek it. The enemies won't have to expect you, and it would be hard for them since you would see them usually one by one, and you can get at least few kills by simply doing this. Of course, you can use your wall even from this area, however this time you would be supporting your teammates who would be trying to push with it. So have your teammates ready in A main to push with it, so just at the beginning of the round use it, and have, for example, Jet uprevved here or Raze try to ult there. You can also use it right here on short when you are pushing. Just simply do this, use your wall like that and clear for yourself the close corners, and if you wanna, you can use this for pushing super fast and getting yourself a lot of space with it. On B side, you can use this to get cover. As you can see on the minimap, you want the wall to stop anywhere in this area, so you can line it up simply like this. You just can simply follow it and be looking at the map, and when you think it hits the right spot, you just want to stop it, and as you can see, it gives you a great protection, and you can have your teammates go this way. Very simple, and it is very effective since the enemies would not really expect you to do this. Or the other way, you can just simply send your wall all the way in the back. Right there on the stairs, you can clear it, and then you want to stop it before it goes all the way behind the CT, so that way it covers you for a bit here as well. And of course you can use it for stopping, for blocking off the view from market, just like that. Just do this and enemies would have a hard time trying to peek you, and they would have no way to do this, to push it without them revealing to yourself, and you would be always in a better position. Similar as you did on A, you can use this on pushing on B. Just line yourself up with this hallway and then simply use it and have your teammates push with it. As you can see, this could create panic in the enemies, and if you combine it with, for example, Sova Dart or Race Nades, the enemies might be surprised. Of course, using your wall like this on mid can work fantastic as well. Just simply let it line up like this, so that way you can push behind it and try to peek anyone who'd be in tiles. As you can see, you would get yourself in a great aggressive position, and if you had someone to try to help you from short, it would be even more beneficial for you. And as you could have seen, the wall would just simply stop on top of the mid, just like that, simply blocking off the both of the sides, so that way there's no way that the enemies can spray you or see you from the top. And of course, if you are attacking on mid, you can do a very similar thing, just like we did right now. Just simply using it like this, clearing close corners, and just simply following it up. And as you can see, the wall block once again blocks off this backside, and you could make your way all the way to market if you are working fast and you cooperate with your teammates. Using this on retake would not be a bad idea either. You can do something like this, for example. Just simply follow behind the wall, try to clear the gen, and as you can see, it would block off anyone in A main, so they would have no idea that you jumped here and they cannot help the guy who might be at the A main. And similar as you did on A, you can do this thing on B as well. Just simply send out your wall like this. You want to stop it at some point, so that way you can divide site into a few spots, and then you can wait and simply try to clear more of the site. Try to use this with your teammates, so that way they know what you're trying to do. Now let's move on to his other ability, his smoke. This smoke will last 15 seconds if it doesn't get broken. However, you can break it, and it has 500 HP. So enemies can always break it and it would disappear immediately. So there can be some lineups that can be helpful for you. First of all, this one when you are attacking. You just want to find this little spot right here and stand on the right corner. Right there. Then you turn around and you place your cursor. You line up this tip and this tip. So that way they are in the right angle. Just like that. Then you take out your smoke. And you simply throw it. The smoke is gonna land on the dices here, and you can use this as a cover and just simply go and push with it. So that way you will not be worried that there is someone in heaven trying to kill you through it. They would have to break it, and you would just can simply push on the right side of it, and it gives you quite a lot of time as well. If you are here in backside and you know that the enemies are pushing and you wanna block this entrance off, you just want to simply hug the backside of the wall and aim in the middle of this doorway and line your cursor with the top line of this box. Just simply like that and throw it. And it's gonna land perfectly in the middle of the hallway and you could be safe for a bit now. If you are retaking and you want to block off the A main entrance, just simply stand at this wall right here, hug it, and place your cursor at the right side, bottom side of this little thing that is right here sticking out. Just right there. And you simply take out your smoke and throw it. It's gonna land perfectly pretty much in the hallway. This smoke is very simple and you can use it very quickly and on the fly. Just like that, you just come here, aim there and throw it. And pretty much always it's gonna land and cover the A main entrance perfectly, since this works out great for you. If you want to block off this gate at the middle, just simply, there is this first full line right here, just go and follow it to the backside right here to the wall. And then if you turn around, there is this little island and you wanna aim at the top of it where it meets the wall. You place your crosshair there and simply throw your smoke. And the smoke is gonna land perfectly in the middle. That way you can simply try to push too short, or it just gains you the mid control that you might need. On B with your smoke, you just always want to be blocking this entrance off. However, there's this little quick one way which you can try to use, just right here. If you are playing in this line, just simply stand anywhere near this and try to throw your smoke right here. You just wanna run and right click with it. And as you can see, it creates this sphere, and when the enemies would be pushing there, there's no way that they would see you when you are on top of it, right there. So you would be just simply playing right here and waiting for enemies to come, and then you can try to spray them through it. So once again, just simply stand anywhere on this line, run forward and throw it with a right click right here. And it's gonna land perfectly every time, and you can be standing, just make sure you are standing on this little ledge right here, and you will have the advantage. And lastly, when you are attacking, you can try using this smoke. Just simply in this main, you wanna stand at this area right here, on these bricks where there's this curve, and then you place your cursor on top of this iron bar in the window. You take out your smoke and you simply throw it. It's gonna land right here at spawn. There's only given the small area where the enemies can be standing, but mainly it blocks off the spawn, which is the main point of the smoke. And then you can simply try to hold it. If you peek this, I would recommend you to pre-fire it as well, since enemies can be always standing there. And lastly, smoke for this mid market. You just want to stand under this tip right here, just right in the middle, and hug the wall. You should make sure that there's someone of your teammates trying to hold this, and use it only when you know that you are safe to do it. Then you just simply place your crosshair in the middle of this iron bar, pretty much at the point where it meets this little vent right there, and you throw there your smoke. And it's gonna bounce up and land perfectly in the market, giving you the cover. Just like that. So that way you would be safe to go and covered from market. Now let's move on to Harbor's signature ability, High Tide. This ability will last for 12 seconds, and you can curve this wall, and it takes 2 seconds to go up. So all you wanna do, pretty much you just wanna be trying to block off this, and you should try to block off this as well. There are two ways how you can do it. The simpler one is by simply doing wall like this. As you can see, it will block off this whole left side, but you should be still careful, since enemies can be hiding in these corners. And a bit more difficult one, yet a better one, is simply blocking off this wall and then curving up to heaven. So just simply do this, and you can then turn to the right and block it off like that. Since, as you can see, it's a bit hard to do and not really easy to do on the fly, but usually there will be this little curve. Since it should not be a big problem, you can always spam there and try to kill the guy if there's someone hiding. When defending, for example, doing simply walls like these when the enemies are about to push is not a bad idea either. You can always try to use them, or you can do it from short as well, just like that. Or when you are on site, it's a bit harder to do, but I would recommend you trying to use your wall through this wall like this, and then just simply curve it in the behind, so that way enemies would not like to push through it as well, and this wall doesn't block you very much, so that you still have space to peek from behind it. When retaking, you can pretty much do the same thing as you did when you were attacking. However, this time you just want to be blocking off the A main, so simply do this and then curve it to the left. That way you would pretty much block off anyone in A main, and there's no one gonna push you from this spot. Other way, which I kind of like a lot as well, is by simply doing your wall like this in the middle of a site. As you can see, it will block off the whole right side perfectly. This wall just goes around everything super well. So then you would have chance to just simply peek with it and clear corners, and it will give you time. And as soon as you clear all of these corners, the wall will be removed, and you will have some time to reposition yourself behind the wall right here, and then try to surprise enemies from off angles. One of the best ways how to use your hide tide is right here. You just want to be standing anywhere near this area, and then you want to block off market and spawn. So you simply will do this. Stand up to your wall and then curve it to the left. And as you can see, it will block off this perfectly, and your teammates are good to go since these spots are covered for them. Or there are two other ways that might be helpful. Once again, you want to block off the market and then curve it to the left, just like that, so that way anyone on stairs cannot peek your teammates. So simply doing this. And lastly, for the last wall, you just want to block off it like that, so that way your teammates can push to the side. As you can see, you created a little runway for them, so that way they can push. They can clear even this corner, or you wanna try to hit this with the wall, and then they would be good to go. It would cover them once again a bit as well, so they can clear corners easier. And of course, defending, you can always use your wall like this, very simply, so that way you would block off the B main, and then it would go also on mid, so that it might give cover if the enemies are pushing there, and help your teammates out. Lastly, let's move on to Harbor's ultimate reckoning. One of the best spots where to use it is simply from this corner, as you can see. It would stun anyone in this circle on the whole A side, and even a little bit of tree, as you can see. And this one works great. It would give you a lot of info, and the enemies would have a hard time. Of course, when you are retaking, you can use your reckoning right from this spot as well. You can make sure it goes under heaven or more into A main. It depends on you. I would recommend to stun in under the heaven rather than going more into the main. As you can see, it will still slide its way all the way in the back, so you can get the info if there's anyone. On B, it's a bit harder to use, but I would recommend you using it like this, as you can see, so that way you would cover a spawn just like that and not hit the boathouse, since if enemies are hiding there, you still are gonna get through them and gonna get close to the site, and you usually can win your fights right there. So using it like this works great, stun spawn and anyone who'd be close. And of course, for retaking B side, you just wanna simply use your ultimate like this, so that way it covers the whole B side and it gets you a lot of info, and the enemies would have a once again hard time staying on site and keeping themselves covered. So yeah, that's all for this video. Hopefully this video is gonna be helpful for you guys. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like, and see you guys soon. Bye!